What's up, guys? Now in today's video I will be ranking every single season in Fortnite history from best to worst. Now this is just my opinion, so I will be picking it off of based of what I think about the season. I started playing in chapter 4 season 4, so the seasons before that I might not have a lot of information on what they were, or what weapons were in it, what it was like, what it felt like, all the extra things that were added into it, if you know what I mean. So if I rank something wrong, if there was a few seasons at the bottom that I think I might have ranked a bit but if I get it wrong, it's fine. I'll be making another one when we hit 200 subscribers. So when we do that, I'll make another one. Okay, so rule number 1, the seasons are being ranked off of the map. Number 2, they're being ranked off of how good was the loophole. And then number 3, they're being ranked on the feel. And that's the most important one. How did the season feel? How was it to play? Did people want to play it? Did people stay to play it? The nostalgia, all that. So that is the 3 things it's going to be ranked on. Now, I want y'all to hit that like and subscribe button before we get into this video, because I am really trying to hit 100 subscribers right now, and if you could do that, it would help me out a lot. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button, and that means you're the GOAT. So yeah, well, how about we go ahead and get into this ranking video, because I'm pretty sure y'all will like it. Alright, let's get into number 39 out of 39. Now here we are, coming in with what I believe is the worst season of all time. Chapter 6, Galactic Battle. I mean, there's not much of an explanation to this season. It was just a really bad season. I didn't really like how it ended up playing out, so that's why I am putting this in last place. But let's move on to the 30th, what I believe to be the next worst season. And I didn't play until chapter 4 season 4, so I might be wrong about this, but I just didn't feel like the chapter 1 seasons were the best, and this just felt like the most bland after seeing OG. So let's move on. In at number 37 is the first season, and this is self-explanatory. Guys, it's the first season ever. The map was not very good, but it was very iconic, so this is why it is 2 steps ahead of the other ones. Okay, number 36. Now, I didn't typically think this was a bad season. I don't think there's ever been really a Fortnite season that's been bad, except for the last place one. But this season, I don't know. The map, it just felt kind of bland. The POIs weren't as good as it looked like in the videos I saw. So let's move on. Now, this is probably the first season that most of you agree on, and it is Chapter 4, Season 3, Wilds. I never played this season. This was the season before I started playing. I didn't think it was a bad season, but I can kind of see how it would be a bad season with all the jungle stuff, and I just felt like there wasn't really anything good. Number 34, now we are getting into the seasons. They weren't typically bad, they were just not good. So, Chapter 1, Season 2, not a bad season. Introducing Tilted Towers, which was one of the best POIs ever, but just not the best. Next one is Season X, which I'm pretty sure most of y'all will agree with me on, because the mechs, I've heard they were very annoying, and this was kind of just a recap of Chapter 1 season, so it was just not the best. Next up is the Simpsons season, which a lot of y'all are going to be surprised about. But the reason I'm putting this all the way down here is because I don't like Fortnite when they collab. I don't like all the collabs. I hate it. And this was a collab season, full collab season. I also don't really watch The Simpsons. I don't really like The Simpsons, so yeah, I'm putting it down here. It wasn't a bad season, though. Okay, next up, and not what I think is a bad season, but I could see how it's a bad season, is Chapter 2, Season 8, the season with the cubes. I just feel like after Chapter 2 and all it's been through, this just was placed down at the bottom. It wasn't. Okay, now at number 30 is Chapter 1, Season 4. Now, the Chapter 1 seasons, I get it. Fortnite was trying. The map was so bland. Now, I just feel like if it were Chapter 1, Season 1 or 2, I mean, I get it. You get those new weapons, you get the new feeling, but the map should have had more better things. So this is why it's placed this low. Next at number 29, the first in the 20s is Chapter 1, Season 8. Now, I actually do like the theme of this season, pirates and stuff, but we do remember Chapter 5 Season 3, that was not very good, but this is not that. but I just didn't feel like they executed this right. I feel like the POIs were a bit bland, so that's why I'm putting this here. Next up, Chapter 6, Season 4. Not even a surprise. We don't even need a whole, explanation for this. Everything was not very good. The only thing that was good was the Wrecker Revolver. I love the medallions. I love how they started the season. But I felt like it just got increasingly worse as the season went on. They removed everything. They tried to restart, but it just didn't work. Next up is Chapter 6, Season 3. Now, I don't think this is a bad season at all, but there was too many overpowered items in the game. Like the Bass Boost, there was the pom-poms, those things were horrible. The glider, I did absolutely love how they did the boss and everything, but it's just not that good. Alright, now we probably have a pretty surprising one at number 26 is Remix. I didn't really play this season, but I don't like how they added all the rappers to the game. Just keep it how it was in Chapter 2. Make it a bit different, but everything with the rappers, it just didn't really feel like Chapter 2 to me, so that's why it's this low. Next, Chapter 2, Season 1. Okay, y'all probably expect me to rank this pretty low, but because of Reload, I am going to keep this higher because I love Reload, and that is a Chapter 2 inspired game. Now, this was a fresh start. They didn't do a very good job at the map and all the loophole, but give them credit. It was pretty good, you gotta admit. So this is why this is higher than it probably should be. So let's move on. Okay, here we go. Another Chapter 1 season. Chapter 1, Season 6. Honestly, I feel like the only addition was just Loot Lake just is floating now. But, I mean, you gotta give them credit. It is pretty good, but it's still a Chapter 1 season, and it just didn't have too much added to it. So, I can't rank this pretty high. Wow, now look at this. Our first Chapter 3 season that is going to get ranked. And it is Chapter 3 Season 4. I felt like this was a great season. If I would have played this, I feel like I would have had fun. I like how they did all the the Eva Chrome weapons. I feel like those were pretty cool. The way you could, evolve your weapons. We have that in Reload now. But I would have loved to play this season, and I'm sad I didn't. So that's why I'm ranking this pretty high. Okay, so I'm probably going to get hate for putting this here, but it's Chapter 2, Season 4. Everybody loves this season. I know, I'll get that out of the way. The weapons were so overpowered, but it just didn't feel like there was enough Marvel. Because the POIs, I felt like they were more Fortnite. Now, I get that. That's a good thing, but I'm also not a huge Marvel fan, and this is why this is ranked low. Next, at number 21 is Chapter 3, Season 3. I felt like this would have been a fun season if I would have played it. I like how they did the Reality Falls POI. That would have been cool to play. The Rave Cave POI, bro. I really wish I played this season. Now, I know people probably hate this season, but I think I would have loved this season. I love how they executed it, and this is why this is getting a higher ranking than it probably should have. Next up, we got Chapter 2, Season 7. Now, this is probably the territory where these seasons are actually pretty good. Now, I like the idea of an alien invasion, and we kind of have that right now, but not really. So, this season, it looked really fun, but the UFOs were too overpowered, and I felt like Chapter 2 is just messed up at this point, so this is why this is pretty lower. Alright, next up we have another Chapter 2 season. This is Chapter 2 Season 3. I like the idea of a flood. It's actually pretty cool. And we also got the introduction of the Kitsch Charge Shotgun, the Kitsch Shockwave Launcher, and I felt like this was a pretty good season overall, and I actually liked the way they executed it from what I've seen. So, let's go on to the next. Okay, many of y'all are probably not going to be happy with me for this choice, but Season OG is in number 18. Great season. I mean, I just don't feel like it was the best season, if you know what I mean. I do like it, and honestly, it could have gone higher. You could have put this anywhere from 18 to 10. I like how they did it. I like how it's just OG and everything from the past. Okay, here we go. We have another Chapter 4 season. This season was great. I love the medieval vibe. I love the map. I feel like the map could have been a bit better, though, because it was a bit too fall-themed. But, great season. I like the Shockwave Hammer. They added that. I love the Citadel. I love everything about this. Greatly executed, perfect season. Don't get me wrong, this probably could be high. Alright, we're about to get into the top 15, but Chapter 5, Season 4. First Chapter 5 season we've had here except for Remix. Great season. I love how they did it. Again, I just don't love Marvel. There were too many overpowered weapons this season. This is why it's a bit lower, but I love all the POIs. I love the bosses. I love the medallions, and I just love how they did this season. It just felt perfect with the Chapter 5 theme. Alright, next up on our list here is Lawless, Chapter 6, Season 2. Now, this is the top 15, which I actually feel like is crazy for me to rank it here. This was a good season. We got an introduction to exotics back in the game. We had mythics from previous seasons. I felt like it was just a good balance. But there was some pretty bad overpowered items. But overall, I did like the whole heist theme. I like how this season played out. So this is why I'm giving this season a pretty high ranking on this list. If it weren't for all like the heist theme and stuff, it would probably be a lot lower. But the map was also really nice. That's why I'm giving it a high rank. Next up here at the number 14 spot, not chapter. Chapter 1, Season 9. Now this is the Neo season, the future season. And from what I've seen the wind tunnels, I've seen Neo tilted, I've seen the futuristic POIs, and I just felt like this was a really good season. Really great idea by Fortnite. But I feel like there was a few things they could have done better, maybe like the skins and stuff, because I've heard the battle pass maybe wasn't the best, but I still feel like this was a great season. I love the future theme. I love like some of the skins, but this is why I'm giving this a very high ranking, because of the future theme. It was great. Next up on this list, in the 13th spot, is Chapter 6, Season 1. Now, you might be wondering, where's Chapter 2, Season 6? Well, I actually thought that season was good. But first on this, let's say, the only bad things I felt like were the Typhoon Blade and probably the Fire Oni mask. The movement was okay, but we did get the introduction to some of the best POIs ever in Fortnite. The theme was awesome. We had the Sentinel Pump Shotgun, which was awesome, the Hollow Twister, the boss fights were awesome, the medallions, so this is why it's getting ranked high. Let's move on. Alright, let's move on to my number 12 spot. Now, in this top 12, I feel like these were the pretty great seasons. This season, you might not think it's the best, but for me, I think it's good. We had Tilted Towers come back. We had the introduction of Zero Build, and I just felt like the theme of a war season was actually pretty good. We had some good mythic weapons, I feel like. I think it was Sloan Striker Burst. I feel like that was a pretty good weapon. We also had, as I've mentioned, the fight between, I think it was like the IO and something else. And Zero Build was introduced, so I felt like this was a pretty memorable season. So this is why I am ranking it this high on the list. It was a great season in Chapter 3. Let's move on. Now here at number 11. Oh wait, where's Chapter 2, Season 6? Guess what? I think it's better than this season. Now, this is pretty obvious. This season was great. I think it was the introduction of mythic bosses, which, great idea, because it is still in the game. We had great POIs, great weapons. I mean, the drum gun is so memorable. Brutus's minigun. What was it? Sky's AR. We just had so many memorable things from the season, so that's why this is getting such a high ranking, and there's not much more to explain. It was a great season. Here we are. We are now in the top 10, and look at this. It is Chapter 2, Season 6, Primal, in the top 10. I thought this was a great season. I thought it was a very cool idea of how you start with your makeshift weapons, and then you move on, and you can create any weapon you want. It's not like, oh, I get this weapon, and I have to find it later in the game. No, you can make it. And I felt like it was a good way to get players engaged in the game. I loved the POIs. Like, I felt like that was one of the best part of this season. So I am putting this season so high up. The Primal Shotgun was also really good at the beginning, but I felt like this season just beats out the other, 29 at the bottom. So yeah, let's move on now. Alright, first season I'm ranking in the single digits, and that is Chapter 3, Season 1, coming in 9th place. This season was great. Map was really good. I love the desert POIs, or biome, mixed with the plains and the snowy biomes. The logjam place, I feel like that's pretty nostalgic to me. I don't know, I've heard some pretty bad things about it. I just felt like this was a great season overall. We had Spider-Man, we had the Spider-Man gloves, we had the Daily Bugle, that POI inspired by Spider-Man. We also had the Striker Pump Shotgun, which, in my opinion, was a pretty good addition. So this is going to 9th, and it's a good pick for me. Let's move on. Here we go, in 8th place, and I feel like this is a great pick, is Chapter 1, Season 5. Now, this is the addition of the desert biome in Fortnite. And Paradise Palms is honestly one of, if not the best POI in Fortnite history. Honestly, actually, it might not be the best, but it's definitely in the top 10 of best POIs. So this season definitely deserves an 8th place spot. It was like the Rift season or Worlds Collide. So this definitely deserves a top 10 ranking. Let's go. Coming in 7th place, and it actually fits, is Chapter 1, Season 7. This is the Christmas-themed winter season with the Ice King. So this season, great season. Absolutely love it. And we have it in OG right now, and I've seen it, and it looks absolutely fire. It's the nostalgia. We have Sergeant Winter, we have Happy Hamlet, Frosty Flights, the introduction of the plane. So this definitely deserves top 7. Also, the Infinity Blade. All right, let's move on. Oh, wow, here we go. Number 6 is Chapter 5, Season 3. Everybody hated this season. I love this season. It is one of my all-time favorites. I am such a Chapter 5 lover. This was such a good season. We had the new biome, which was truly astonishing in my opinion. The cactuses. I love Brutal Beachhead. I love Redline Rig. I didn't like how the bottom of the map, some parts about it, but it was a really good season in my opinion. We had good medallions, the Nitro Fists were overpowered, but besides that, it was pretty good. The cars were also overpowered and could be annoying at sometimes, but this season just feels like Fortnite, when I think about it, as this is definitely one of my favorite seasons of all time. So I have to rank this at number 6. I just feel like it's a great season. That's all I have to say. Alright, here we go. We are now in the top 5, and Mega. Chapter 4, Season 2 is my 5th place pick. This season was awesome. Absolutely perfect. We got the introduction of Mega City, which is the biggest Fortnite POI ever. It is my favorite Fortnite POI, and it will stay like that for probably years now to come. We had the Kinetic Blade. I'm pretty sure the Overclocked Pulse Rifle, the Havoc Pump Shotgun. Tell me what was wrong with this season. And the Japanese theme, it was just beautiful. This season deserves top 5, maybe even higher if you want to pick that. So let's move on. Okay, now in number 4, and maybe this could be put a bit lower, maybe a bit higher, is Chapter 5 Season 2 in my opinion. Love this season. Chapter 5, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, I love Chapter 5. I have 3 Chapter 5 seasons in the top 6. That's how much I love it. This season was great. I love the airbending stuff. That was perfect with this season. I love the 2 new biomes. The boss fights were fun. The season was just fun in general. I love the wings of Icarus. The lightning bolt wasn't that good though. Great season, great season. Chain of Hades was a bit annoying, but this definitely deserves top 5 in my opinion. So that's why I'm putting it 4. Let's move on. Let's go, guys. We are already in top 3, and this season is Chapter 4, Season 4. The first season I started playing. Perfect season. Absolutely love it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Battle Pass was pretty good. We had Kato Thorn, which was the main villain of the season. This was the best heist season in my opinion. I love the boss fights. I love how you can break into the vaults. I love the POIs. They were so good, those POIs. This just felt like a season to me that needs to be remembered for forever and ever and ever. I love how it kind of felt like there was mansions, but yeah, this definitely deserves top 3. Let's go on to number 2. Well, this is the season that we are on right now. Chapter 7, Season 1 is the second best season ever, in my opinion, ever. And now, y'all, OG players probably gonna hate this, but I'm not an OG player. This season is so good. Every named POI has its own story, has its own reason why it should be there. I love how in the bottom of the map you have the alien stuff. Then you have the Las Vegas, you have San Francisco, you have downtown LA. This is absolutely perfect. The battle pass is pretty good in my opinion. I love how they did the bosses and the mythics. The iron pump is really good, and the new AR. This is a top 2 season. But guys, it is time for my number 1 season. And now here we go. The number 1 season of all time in my opinion is Chapter 5 Season 1. Now, nobody can change my mind on this. This will probably be my favorite season ever. The nostalgia, I just feel like this season was so good. We had the Hammer Pump Shotgun, the Frenzy Auto, 2 of the best ever. The bosses, the introduction of medallions. Every POI was so good. The map was awesome. just nothing can beat Chapter 5 Season 1 in my head. I will always remember just landing near Rebel's Roost and talk to Llama Lane. This season, just like everything just feels right. So Chapter 5 Season 1 obviously goes in first. I love the boss fights. I love everything. I love the map. I love the weapons. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was just great. Alright, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and remember, this is just my opinion. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.